All right, everybody, welcome. We're going to start today on our backs. Make sure that your strap is handy and, of course, any props that you need. We're going to take what's called constructive rest. So you are going to bend your knees, bringing your feet underneath your knees. And take a moment to bend the elbows into a soft cactus. If it feels comfortable for you, make sure to close your eyes, or you can keep a soft gaze with the drishti. And as we start to settle into our bodies, first thing I'm going to ask you to do is scan your body. Particularly pay attention to the back ribs and notice if your back ribs tend to be pushing away from the ground. See if you can press your back ribs into the earth. And just kind of notice how drawing the awareness to the back ribs and pressing the back body into the earth, how that might shift your pelvis without you having to adjust. And then go ahead and start to scan the shoulders and the elbows. Noticing if there is any tension, any hardening, any place might feel like if it's restricted. I'm going to ask you to scan from the inside out. Go ahead and scan the inner thighs and the knees and see if you can feel if they're rolling out or rolling in. And then go ahead and scan the soles of the feet, the big toe mounds. And notice if you're pressing or favoring the pinky toes. And see if you can draw your awareness and your attention to the big toe mounds. Just really allowing ourselves to give our energy back to the earth. We'll bring the left hand to the heart and the right hand to the belly. We're in this period, this transitional period of stepping into more light, into the summer season. And that is traditionally known as Pitta energy or Pitta season. It can aggravate if we don't temper our fire. But fire is absolutely needed so that we can burn through the seeds of samskaras, burn through what no longer serves us. So offering up today maybe something that you're ready to metabolize. The fire center in our physical body is in the Manipura chakra. It's in the digestive region, our stomach, our organs. And just as we metabolize our food, and that breaks down into energy, the gut is also known as the first brain. Our emotions are metabolized, our thoughts, our thought patterns. And if there's something that you are ready to shift, ready to bring to light, ready to offer up, just bring that into your practice. You can keep that intention and visualize it moving into the heart space. We'll chant the sound Om on our back, so you can join me or simply receive. Deep breath to inhale. Just notice how that vibration has shifted anything within you. And keeping the eyes closed, Keeping the feet underneath your knees, we'll start to move into a moving bridge. Lift your hips up on your inhalation, reach the arms up overhead. On the exhalation, lowering down the hips, lowering the arms alongside you, letting the tailbone arrive last. Breathing in, listening for the sound of pure potential, pure unlimited, unbounded energy. Sa. On your exhalation, listening for hum, transformation of that intelligence and light, moving down and distributing via your sacrum. Keep moving like this a few more times on your own. Listening for sa on the inhalation, sound of pure intelligence, pure light. Listening as hum transforms and translates that intelligence into every cell of your body. The next time you lower down, no rush at all. Draw your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers over your right shin bone and circle the ankle a few times in one direction, a few times in the opposite direction. You might notice some snaps, some crackles, and pops. This is accumulated air as we are shifting from kapha, the wet and the heavy earth, into summer. Go ahead and extend that left heel in front of you. Keep it on the ground, but peel the toes back as if you're standing on the ground. Lift your head, your neck, your chest off of the earth. Maintain space for an apple here. Ekapada Notice if you're struggling, and if you're struggling, come back to a place where you can soften. Right? Fire gives insight, gives clarity to things that we need to see, but it also stokes our inner fire. Want to find that edge without going past? Maybe you might stoke your fire and float the arms alongside your hips. Maybe you might lift that left heel up just a few inches. And again, notice if you're hardening, if the jaw, if the neck, if the shoulders, if any other place is over efforting, come back to a place where you can maintain. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Exhale, lower that left leg, lower your shoulders. Find your strap and loop it around the ball of your right foot. Let the arm bones fall into the earth and extend that right leg just about 60 to 70%, not your full range here. And again, keep the eyes closed. Can you come back to that field of intelligence? Sa, moving from crown down your spine. Hum, feeling that light charge and transform. And maybe as it transforms, it goes behind the knee, the kneecap, the calf, the hamstring. Soften the arms, but keep your right toes peeling back. And take both ends of your strap now into your right hand. Open up that right thigh just about 10% to the right side. Left hand on left hip. Anchor down. Feel that opening of that inner groin muscle. Again, without over-efforting, without straining or stressing your body. Some of you, depending on where you are, you might be able to take yogic toe lock, peace sign fingers. Again, this is if it's part of your practice, otherwise known as Padadhirasana. Take that strap now into your left hand. Keep peeling the toes back. Draw that right leg over to the left side. Right thumb goes inside of the right hip crease. Draw and anchor that hip down. You might feel that stretch running on the outside of the right leg from the hip all the way down to the ankle. Longest muscle in the legs is the IT band. It's also the tightest muscle in the body, especially for those of us that maybe walk a lot or sit a lot. This can feel like a very intense stretch. So give yourself enough slack where you're feeling like you're stoking the fire, but you're not burning yourself up, right? That is the beauty of knowing how to temper our flame as we go into the summer season. Draw that right leg now back to center. Pause here for a moment. And you're going to cross your right ankle over the top of that left thigh. We're going to take ankle to knee pose here. A few options. You can keep that left leg on the ground. Left big toe mound pressing down, right hand to the right thigh. If you're tight in the hips today, this might feel like it's a great place to pause. And I'm going to ask you to draw your awareness now to your pelvis. Keep the eyes closed. It's an internal feeling. Can you keep the sacrum on the ground? You might be inclined to lift that left leg up, right? Interlacing the fingers around the back of the left thigh and using that right outer elbow to open up the hip. How much flame, how much fire do you need today? We're going to lower that left leg, keeping a soft gaze or keeping the eyes closed. Right leg is going to lower down. We're going to take a bridge pose here as a recovery pose. Press the triceps down, fingertips reach up. Lift your hips up. Space for an apple between chin and chest. You might roll the shoulder blades in. Draw the awareness to the big toe mounds. And come back to that central line of connection. Brahmanadi line. Inhale. Connecting to this electromagnetic field of intelligence, moving from the crown. Exhale, feeling it charge and transform. Feel your joints spacious. Feel your body expanding. Release the hands, lift your hips, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take a moment here. And then draw the left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers on the shin bone. Soften into that left hip crease and circle the ankles a few times one direction. A few times the opposite direction. Again, notice if there are any sounds happening, any excess accumulation of air in the body comes out in the snaps and the crackles and the pops of the ankles. Slowly extend that right heel in front of you. Keep peeling the toes back as if you're standing on the ground. Every pose has an element of Tadasana and Shavasana. Keeping space between your chin and chest. Peel your head, your neck, your chest off of the earth. Maintain space here. Ekapada wind expeller. And if you feel like you need a little bit more heat, you might float the hands alongside your hips. You might lift that right leg off of the earth. And notice if you're hardening, if you're over-efforting. Once we've gone past our edge, we're no longer in yoga. Right? Our ability to maintain ease and steadiness, stiram sukham asanam, is what we're looking for balance. One more smooth breath here. Lower that right leg down, lower the shoulders. Loop your strap around your left foot now. Arm bones fall into the earth. Give yourself enough room so you're not going to your fullest potential. You're only going to about 60%. And then let the earth support your shoulders, your elbows, so they're literally on the ground. And the only thing that is active right now is that left foot peeling back and the right toes as if you're standing on the ground. And then soften your tongue in your mouth. Soften your jaw. Soften your eyes and eyebrows. And see if you can visually see that light. I like to use the image of a waterfall. Visualize a waterfall of light pouring through your crown, down your spine. And right where it hits your spine, right where the sacrum is, visualize that flowing light moving into every cell. Sa on the inhalation. Hum on the exhalation. Take both ends of the strap into your left hand. Intentionally and with ease, gently guide that left leg just about 10%. Right hand on top of right hip bone. Anchor the right hip down. And close the eyes. Go inside of your practice. Notice the inner groin stretch on that left side. How is it different from the right? Becoming an active observer within your practice. Becoming integrated. Take both ends of your strap now into your right hand. Gently and with ease, take that left leg about 10%. You're crossing the midline of the spine. Left thumb inside of left hip crease. Draw and anchor that left hip down. Keep peeling the toes back and don't forget about that bottom leg, right? It's still active. And then notice the sensation that's happening on the outer hip, the greater trochanter, the IT band, longest leg muscle. Notice if this might be tight for you. Where can you give yourself ease? That might mean giving yourself enough slack with the strap. So you're not hardening, you're not forcing. Draw that left leg now back to center. Take your time, strap off to the side. Ankle to knee pose, but keep that right leg on the ground for a few moments. Really allow your left foot to feel as if it's standing on the ground. So both feet are flexed actively. Left hand might go to that left outer upper thigh, peeling it away, and then keeping the eyes closed. Can you notice if your hips might be dipping? Right? So this is a really great way to use the floor to not overextend the pelvis. If this feels like a great place for you to stay, you can stay here, or you can lift and activate that right foot up, thread the hands through the right thigh, use that left side tricep to open up the outer thigh. Might feel a really deep gluteus stretch here. And then again, come back to your jaw, your neck, your tongue. Where can you soften? Right foot comes down, left foot comes down to meet the earth. One more time, we'll take bridge pose here. Triceps press into the earth, fingertips reach up, lift your hips up, and then maintain space for an apple here. So there's no chin lock, but an activation from crown to base. You might interlace your fingers, you might roll the shoulder blades in towards one another. And again, activating the muladhara, the earth lines. Draw the awareness to the big toes, the inner thighs, keeping the hips lifted. Take one more smooth breath here to inhale. Release the hands, lift your hips up, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take your time here. Draw your knees into your chest. You're going to rock and roll a little forward and back if that feels good for your spine. Or you can roll over to one side, come to fetal position. We'll come to a seated pose. You can sit on a block, a blanket, whatever you need. We're going to take a round of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing today, just to balance the hemispheres. We'll take the right hand, middle and index finger closed down. And go ahead and place your thumb and your ring finger right at the top of your nose bridge. And the two nadis that we're going to close off is right where the bone and the cartilage meet. And keeping the eyes closed, just see if you can notice which side of your nostrils, which side of your body might be a little bit more dominant. If you don't know which side is more dominant, we'll close and block the left nostril and inhale through the right. You're going to retain the breath. Right thumb closes off the right nostril. Gentle retention here. Exhale out through the left. Inhale through the left. Gentle retention here. Pause, little kumbhaka. Exhale through the right. Continuing this ratio of 1, 1, 1. 1 count to inhale. 1 count to pause. Retaining the breath, retaining the energy. 1 count to exhale. This helps to balance the right and left brain hemispheres of the body. One brain hemisphere is always more active for 88 minutes every day before the other one switches. Once you start to feel comfortable with the ratio 1, 1, 1, you can try to extend the breath for 1, 4, 2. 1 count to inhale. Retain and hold the breath for 4 counts, or 4 times the amount. Exhale out half that amount. Bringing the body into a state of homeostasis helps to regulate the nervous system. And breath is the one aspect of our physical body that we have agency over. And breath is the only part of our body that is voluntary and involuntary. The next time, no rush at all, that you exhale out through the right nostril. Lower your right hand to the top of your right knee, index finger and thumb to touch. And just notice any shifts in your physical body that you might be feeling. Press the palms to the heart. And just feel this merging of intelligence, the right against left, the left against right. And feel this duality as you draw your chin towards your chest. Half blink the eyes open and come up onto hands and knees. Stay within this soft tantric state you've just cultivated. Inhale, broaden across the chest and collarbone. Face looks up. Exhale, navel into spine. Hum. Distribution of that intelligence, feeling your joints spacious. Continue a few cat-cows like this on your own, no rush. Don't have to move like me or to my tempo. Notice the sensation that you're now feeling. You have agency to cultivate this sensation, this balance, the sattva, at any time, all right? In fact, if you take a round of Nadi Shodhana, just what we just did, every hour, you'll find that you're more productive and calmer at work or in any hypervigilant situation. If it feels like it's calling you today to stick your tongue out of your mouth on your exhale, I want you to play with that for these next 2. You might look up, face looks up, broadening across the chest. You might exhale, sticking the tongue out of the mouth. It's known as Kalyasana breath, also lion's breath in different schools. But it is a highly purifying and detoxifying way of purging the body. Come to neutral spine, no rush. Walk the hands a little bit in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes, and with resistance, take the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing. And if it's your first down dog of the day, pedal the heels out. Might shake the head side to side or trail the lips. Take that right leg straight up and back. All 5 toes like they're pressing into a wall. Listen carefully. You're going to step that right foot in between the hands. Help it up. Left hand stays on the ground. Right arm reaches up. Twisted lunge. Deep breath to inhale here. Exhale, hands to blocks as that left foot steps forward. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back here. Generous bend, belly towards your thighs, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Nod your head yes. Shake your head side to side. Sweep the arms around and up as you press the toes into the earth. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms down the midline of your body. Pause here for a moment. Feel this balance inside of you. Listen carefully. You're going to shift your weight to your right leg. Peel that left leg off of the earth. Just take a moment here as you balance. Left leg steps back down to the earth. Pour the weight into that left big toe. Shift the weight. Right leg comes off of the earth. Eyes steady on one point. Right leg back down to the earth. Sweep the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Feel your body balance. Exhale, dive it forward, Uttanasana. Standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back here. Feel that connection, crown to base. Step your right leg way back. Hand to block if you need. Left arm switches up. Twisted lunge. Circle the arm around and down and step back to downward facing. Take a moment here. Organize the segments of your body. Wrap the upper arms by the ears. Walk the inner arches together, and on your next inhalation, lift the heels, wave through the spine, come to plank. Yogi's choice here, with or without your knees. You're going to draw the elbows straight back, lower straight down. Chaturanga, belly all the way down to the earth. Two-part cobra. Lift the heart. Back of the neck stays long. Toe is pressed down to the earth. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the heart one more time. Back of the neck is long. You decide. Maybe you lift the hands. How much you want to stoke the fire today? If it's too much, you can always lower down. Exhale, release. Option to stay with one of those baby cobras or slide your hands a little bit further back underneath the shoulders. Lift the heart. Lift the thighs. Lift the knees. Belly engaged. We exhale back to downward facing. One breath at a time. One movement at a time. And then reorganize the segments of your body. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Stick your tongue out of your mouth. On your next inhalation, take that left leg straight up and back. All 5 toes like they're pushing into a wall. Stretch. Exhale, step that left foot forward, help it up. Twisted lunge, left arm reaches up. Feel the breath move. Left hip moving back, right hip moving forward. Circle it down and around. Hands to blocks, right leg steps forward. Inhale. Feel the length from the spine. Keep the bend on the knees as you fold it forward, Uttanasana. Standing forward fold here. Again, nod the head yes. Release the tension in the cervical spine. Nod the head side to side. Sweep the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Palms down the midline of the body. Pause in your Tadasana. Feel the arms. Activate. You are balanced. You are centered. Shift the weight to the left leg. Right leg's going to come off of the earth. Doesn't have to be high. Right leg next to left. Shift the weight. Pour the weight. Consciously, intentionally. Maybe lift that left leg off. Eyes steady on one point. You're balanced from the inside. Left leg next to right. Sweep the arms around and up. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana. Becomes a moving Kriya. Exhale. Uttanasana. Standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine of the Uttanasana. Exhale, step that left leg way back. Right arm reaches up. Twisted lunge. Extend the breath here. Right arm sweeps down and around. You step back to downward facing. Pause. Reorganize. Recenter. Rebalance. Walk the inner ankles together. Lift your heels, wave through your spine. Stack shoulders. Stack wrists. Feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. With or without your knees, bend the elbows straight back. Chaturanga. Two-part cobra here. Inhale, lift the heart. Back of the neck is long. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, lift the heart. Maybe lift the hands this time. Notice if you're holding or hardening, gripping. Exhale, release. Stay with one of those two options or slide the hands back. Lift the heart, lift the belly. Feel the skin of the belly lift all the way up. almost as if there's a cobra hood wrapping around your crown if you're going into up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Take a moment here, reorganize. Steady the breath, steady the body. Smooth breath to inhale through the nostrils, open up the mouth, stick the tongue out. We're going to take that right leg straight up and back, all 5 toes like you're pressing into a wall. Roll your right hip on top of your left. Keep squaring your shoulders, armpits down to the earth. Maybe bend that right heel over to the left side, not at the extent of pouring your way into one hand. So check out your alignment from the inside out, right? All 10 fingers balanced, both shoulders balanced, armpits balanced. Only thing that's opening up is that hip. Listen carefully. You're going to step that right foot in between the hands. You're going to lower that left knee down. Take a moment here and pause. Untuck the legs. Interlace your fingers on top of that right thigh. Lift out of that left thigh. Right? So you want to feel a nice big stretch here. 2 things are going to happen. I want you to pay attention to not dumping into the low back, right? That causes sway back. It crushes the lower lumbar and sacrum. So I want you to feel a little lift of your pelvic floor. You might feel a deep opening here. We're going to take a side bend. Right hand to the block on the outside of the hip. Left arm's going to reach up and over. Take a moment here. We're going to pause as you continue to breathe into the outer left intercostal muscles, left armpit. Take that left elbow, place it outside of your right thigh now. Pause. Keep lifting that pelvic floor. Hands, prayer pose. Top hand is going to push down. Right hand against the left. Thumbs go in the middle of the heart. Open up the side body. Can you breathe into the rib cage, into the back? Might be a good place to pause. You might tuck your toes. You might want to stoke the fire. Might lift that back knee up. Again, thumbs stay in the middle of the heart. Can you revolve? Maybe even look up at the ceiling. Our ability to stay within the integrity of where we can manage a full breath is the practice. One more smooth breath here. Feel the sa hum. Exhale, let both hands frame that front leg. Step back to downward facing. Yogi's choice here. You can hold your downward facing. You can wave through your spine, coming into your choice of the vinyasa. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or you can stay with one of the baby cobras that I'm showing. There is no right or wrong, only what is right for you. What's right for me should have been to clip my hair completely. We're going to take that left leg straight up and back, all 5 toes pressing down into the earth. Pause here. Square your shoulders. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Roll your left shoulder on top. Sorry, your left hip bone on top of your right. And then notice if the armpits are being compromised. So you want to square the shoulders, armpits. Only thing that's opening up and bending is that left heel. Feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor and then step with integrity that left foot in between the hands. Lower your right knee down. Now feel a subtle lift, Mula Bandha engaged of the pelvic floor. Interlace your fingers so you're not dumping into the low back. Lift the heart. Pause here. And this is a pretty deep stretch that's happening on that right side hip bone, right side piriformis, right side psoas. Left hand's going to go to the block right in line with your hip. Right arm's going to reach up and over. A little side bend here. And there are 3 different heights for this block. So you're going to adjust it to what you need for your anatomy today. Keep that side bend opening up. Right elbow to the outside of that left thigh. Now hook, there's activation happening. That right tricep is pushing against the outer left thigh. Thumbs press. Left hand in top of the right. Push it absolutely down. Now from here, there's a spiral that's happening, right? My thumbs are in the middle of my heart. And that creates some length in the torso and the upper body. Might be a good place to pause. You might, if you want to stoke the fire, keeping that twist, keeping that lift, might lift that back leg up. If you feel steady, you might turn the head to look up at the ceiling. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Notice if you're hardening. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Step back down dog. Release it. Yogi's choice here. Lifting the heels, either flowing through your choice of the vinyasa, or you can skip it and hold your downward facing. Downward facing is not a resting pose, right? There's activation happening there. But if you need a resting pose, the beauty of this practice unlocks what you need. Give yourself what you need. Let's take a smooth breath here from downward facing. Whenever and however you arrive, stick the tongue out of the mouth. We're going to take that right leg straight up and back. Listen carefully. Right knee to nose. Round through the spine. So give yourself some length here. Push the shoulders. Slide the shoulder blades away. Plank. Inhale that right leg up again. Right knee is going to tap that left side tricep. Feel a little lift here. Right leg is going to go up again, three-legged. This time the right knee is going to tap your right side tricep. You might leave it there. You might take flight. 𝗁𝘁𝗁 1. How do you need to stoke today? Take that right leg back up. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot in between your hands. Hands are going to go to blocks. Listen carefully. You're going to lengthen that front leg, and then the left leg is going to go a little left, off of center, in line with your hip. Padadhirasana pyramid pose. All 10 toes face the same direction. Blocks underneath your shoulders. Grow your spine long. Anchor into that back heel. Exhale, pour your weight forward over that front thigh. Pause here. Notice if you're holding your head. This is a really great way. Forward folds not only release anything that's in the past, they release any excess vata, any accumulated extra air. They also bring calmness to us. And it's a great place to trill the lips. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Bring your hands back to the blocks. Lengthen your spine. And we're going to take a little bit of a balance here. Reach the arms out. Turn the thumbs down. Send the hands back. You might interlace your fingers, lift the heart, lift the gaze, and then from here, exhale forward. Eyes steady. You can also do this with a strap. Keep bringing your right hip back and your left hip forward. Our ability to stay within the means of our own unique anatomy. Our ability to focus on one thing without being pulled out creates new neural pathways and new synapses within our brain. Switch the crossing of the fingers by moving one finger over, or keep holding onto that strap. Release the hands down. Little bend in that right knee. Blocks are going to go forward. Fingertips to the blocks. Feel a little lift of your pelvic floor, and you're going to draw Uddiyana Bandha. So navel draws in and up, little lock. Lift that left leg up. Warrior 3. Might stay here, might bring the hands to heart center. Helps balance. Bend that right leg. Bend that left leg. Tadasana, standing pose. Take a moment in mountain pose. Plug in here. Feel the sweat on your body. Feel the taste in your mouth. Notice the sensations that you're feeling. Notice the vritti, the mind chatter that might be occupying the real estate of your mind. And when you're ready, sweep the arms around and up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, standing forward fold. Release. Let your inhalation lengthen your spine. Yogi's choice here. You can step, you can hop back. If you're jumping into chaturanga, jumping with bent elbows, or you can skip it and move back to downward facing. What do you need today? How do you need to flow? How do you need to show up? From downward facing dog, take that left leg straight up and back. All 10 toes facing forward, that left toes pressing down, draw the knee to the nose, stack the shoulders, get a little height here, protract the shoulder blades away. Inhale that left leg straight up and back. Stretch the breath. Exhale, left knee to the right side tricep, little twist. Inhale, take that left leg up, three-legged dog. Left knee to the left side tricep. You can pause, you can go into the arm balance, lifting that back leg up. Left leg reaches up. Step that left foot in between the hands. Hands to blocks. Slowly lengthen your front leg. And then hop that back leg up a little bit off of center. So it's in line with your hips. You're not quite on a tightrope. Grow your spine long on your inhalation. And then keep pulling your left hip back, your right hip forward as you fold forward over that front leg. Pyramid pose. Might close the eyes here. Might check in with where you're over efforting, where you can bring a little sweetness, a little sukha, a little ease into your practice. Come back to the Kriya. Come back to that place where you're visualizing pure light, even in this inversion, moving from the top of your crown, down the passageway of your spine. And forward folds always give us an opportunity to feel that charge, right? That charge from the sacrum moving into all of the 72,000 energy points. Keep your weight pouring into that back heel. Bring your hands back to blocks. Grow your spine long. Take a moment here. Feel a subtle lift of your Mula Bandha. So there's a little bit of a lift in the pelvic floor. Arms reach out to the side. Thumbs point down. Reach the arms back. This time the opposite finger is going to reach. Lift the heart or hold onto your strap as you fold it forward. Totally okay to keep a little bend in that front leg, right? And then soften. Feeling that little lift of your pelvic floor helps you stay in sattva, in balance. Release the hands, find your blocks. Grow the spine long. Blocks go slightly in front. Shift your weight forward, fingertips to the blocks. Lift and peel that back leg up. All 5 toes pressing down. Warrior 3. Yeah, there's some heat, there's some sensation happening on that right butt cheek. Can you stay within the integrity of your pose? Maybe bring the hands to heart. One more smooth breath. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee. Tadasana, mountain pose. Pause. Plug in. These poses themselves do not have any assigned value. They are neither hard nor easy, although it definitely feels hard or easy, right? But they don't have any good or bad, any pass fail. The shapes that we make with our bodies are gateways for us to bring up what needs to come to light. What is my self-talk? Where am I forcing? Where am I pushing? Where can I find ease? Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms press up. Exhale, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, yogi's choice here, your choice of the vinyasa. You can step, you can hop, you can float back, you can skip it. Take a moment here as you gaze up at the space between your hands. Take a little stroll forward as you hop or walk yourself forward. Pad your hands and walk your hands up the fronts of your thighs. And then step your left foot back. We're going to open up to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips. And pause here for a moment. Notice if this back hip is up. See if you can level your pelvis. Keep rolling that front knee over. Bring your hands to your shoulders. And then from here, extend the arms out. Strengthen the arms. Right palm reaches up. Peaceful warrior, Shanti Virabhadrasana. Inhale. Breathing into the side ribs. Exhale, we're going to take extended side angle A today. So block to the outside of the right toes. Left arm long by the ear. We're going to start to move on that rhythm. Let your inhalation move you into peaceful warrior. You can do this with a straight or bent leg. Exhale into side angle A. Block to the outside of that right heel. Left arm long by the ear. Take this a few times on your own as you start to find your rhythm. Your breath, your way. And then even in these shapes, right? Warrior two, something fairly repetitive that we either practice every practice or that we've practiced a number of times, unless it's your very first yoga class ever. How can we identify and observe either what we're gripping, moving past, or avoiding in these shapes, right? Are you over-efforting in peaceful warrior? Can you find ease? Can you find length? The next time you come to extended side angle A with the block outside, keep the left arm long by the ear. Slowly move to lengthen your front leg and heel toe your left toes in about 6 inches. Keep reaching that top arm long by the ear. Notice the adjustments that you might need to make. You might need to bring your hand to your shin bone. You might need to flip the block. And then see if you can lean back. That gives you a little bit more opening on the very same muscle that we were opening up from the back from the fronts of the thighs. It wraps around the back body, the psoas. It's a very deep muscle. If you feel so inclined to stoke the fire, you might lift that bottom arm up. You might take a clasp pose here, not at the extent of losing the breath. Right hand back to the shin bone. Left hand's going to move to your hip. Listen carefully. A little bend in your front knee. Block is going to go about 6 inches in front of this right big toe. Make sure it's not to the side, but directly in front. And then you're going to step your left foot halfway underneath your hips, fingertips to the blocks. Shift your weight. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, eyes steady on one point. Once you feel solid, you can take that arm up, or you can find the bind. Top hand to the top leg. Keep rolling the shoulder back, open the hip. With resistance, release the top leg. Flex your foot. Keep reaching back into space. Find warrior two. Take a moment as you settle in, as you find that strength. This is what this pose represents. Hands to your hips as you lengthen your front leg. Turn your right toes in. All 10 toes are going to face in. Inhale, look up. Stick your tongue out of your mouth as you fold forward. Pasarita Padottanasana, fan pose. We're going to pause here for a moment. A few options for you. You can bring your hands to blocks. If your hands don't quite reach the earth, back of the neck is going to stay long. This is a great place to practice keeping a little bend in the knees. You can fold it all the way forward. Depending on your practice, if you can thread your hands through your legs, you can take that option, or you can invert. If you're inverting into headstand and it's part of your practice, 3 rounds of full breath. And then soften here. Notice where you might be gripping in the shoulders, in the eyes, in the jaw, in the tongue. If you are in the inversion, use the bottom of your exhalation to slowly bring your feet down to the earth. We all put a little bend in the knees, hands to the hips, and rise, rounding the spine. So you're going to stack the vertebrae, roll yourself up, and then pause here for a moment. Shoulders over the hips. If you feel a little bit lightheaded, this is also considered an inversion, right? So taking the necessary precautions that you need. Beautiful thing, if you need to move your blocks or if you have 2 sets of blocks, you're going to turn your left toes out. Hands to your hips as you bend that front knee. And notice if this back hip is up, you're going to level the pelvis. Pelvis is shaped like a bowl. Bring your hands to your shoulders. Extend the arms out. You're in warrior 2, just facing the opposite side. Left palm faces up, peaceful warrior. Inhale, Shanti Virabhadrasana. You can do this with a straighter bent leg. Exhale, extended side angle A. It means it goes to a block on the outside of the left toes. Right arm long by the ear. And find this rhythm and this motion for yourself. You don't have to rush. You don't have to move to anybody else's tempo. It's not about how many you get done, but it really is letting the breath and the movement become one. Someone may breathe or inhale or exhale at a shorter ratio than someone else. It's not about how many sets. But the quality, the length of your breath, matching the inhalation and the exhalation at the same tempo. Without rushing, the next time you come to extended side angle A, slowly start to lengthen that front leg. Heel toe your back foot in about 6 inches. Pause here. Make the adjustments that you need as you roll that top shoulder on top of your bottom. Keep reaching that top arm long by your ear. I want you to feel a little lift of your pelvic floor. So you're not sinking down, but you're lifting up. And then you might stoke that fire today, right? Depending on where you are, might lift that bottom arm up, might take a side bend with both hands. Float that left hand back down. Right hand's going to go to your hip. Bend that left knee step by step. Block is going to go directly in front of the left toes, directly in front, not to the side. Right foot is going to step directly underneath the right hip. Fingers to your front block. Lift that back leg up. Half moon pose. Step by step here. Feel that line of energy running from crown all the way back through that back heel. Maybe extend your top arm. If you took the bind, you can take 𝗔𝗿𝘁𝗀. Top hand to the top leg. Keep rolling your shoulders back. Nothing to prove. And then with integrity, release, and with intention and resistance, step that right leg back. Find warrior 2. Land it. Lengthen your front leg. Turn your toes in. Take a moment here. This time, interlace your fingers behind the small of your back. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. You can do this with the strap behind you as well. Fold it forward. If you're using your strap, keep holding onto your strap. If your fingers or your palms are clasped, shift your fingers over one. And again, release the arms down. A few options for you. You can invert if that's part of your practice. Notice if you're holding any tension. Notice if the shoulders are up by the ears. Where can you soften today? Where feels like it needs a little bit more light? Where can you bring ease to your practice? If you're flying, on your next exhalation, bring the feet down to the earth. Hands to your hips. Draw your chin to your chest. Navel into spine. Stack the vertebrae. It's like Legos. Roll straight up, one vertebrae at a time. Pause for a moment. Let your body recalibrate. And then we're going to step our left foot to meet the right. One step, Tadasana. Samastiti, plug straight in. Yogi's choice here. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, full vinyasa. Exhale, wipe the slate clean, standing forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And either stepping, hopping, or you can skip the entire vinyasa and simply make your way back to down dog. No rush, nowhere to get, nothing to force. Bring your knees down to the earth. And take 2 cat-cows here. You might close the eyes, you might circle the pelvis, might open the mouth. It's always knowing that you can come back to a place that is your balance, your ease. Slowly reach your seat back towards your heels. Bring your legs around. Make sure your strap is handy one more time. We're going to bring the right leg in. Go ahead and cradle that right leg. You can move the hip and the joint itself. So never moving from the knee, but always moving from the entire hip. Might feel some sensation happening on the outer part of your glute, the thigh. This might be a really great place to pause, especially if you have some tension or some tightness here. You can pause here. We're going to do this step by step, going and building into compass pose. You might today take your strap and loop it around the ball of your right foot and open it up to the side. Left fingertips reach out. You might take that right leg up, place your shoulder, right shoulder underneath the right knee. Right hand out to the side, left hand to the outer part of the right toes. You might extend into full compass. Again, going where serves you. Where can you breathe fully without compromising the integrity of your full breath? Whichever variation you're in, easy seat, Sukhasana. Right ankle over the left. You're just going to move your spine front, side, and back, almost as if you are sitting in a vat of something delicious. Just taking a few spinal waves here. Close the eyes. You might move the spine the opposite way. These shapes that we take are gateways. There are 3 sheaths to the body. The stula, which is the physical body, the ligaments, the tissues, the tendons, the joints, the blood. The sukshma, the energetic body. The chakras, our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings. And then our causal body, the karanashara, which is where our karma is. Come back to center. Take a moment. Plug in. These 3 sheets make up our entire experience. And these postures help us to peel and identify a little bit more of what is going on within the subtle realm, the causal realm, through our physical realm. Everything integrated. The beautiful thing about this practice is we always have a second side, right? So that left leg is going to come in this time. One side is always a little bit more user-friendly, or if you have scoliosis like I do, you can definitely feel a vast difference. So always giving yourself some compassion to not force one side to be exactly like the other. This might be a side that feels a little bit more open to you. Might feel like it's a little bit more resistant. But as you hug that left leg in, just bring the awareness and light to that outer hip. Full liberty to stay here if this feels really good for you, right? You know your body best. You might take the strap, loop it around that left leg, hold it out to the side, fingertips of the right hand, so your body is in one line, just opening it up, giving yourself as much or as little strap as you need. If you're going into full compass on the left side, you're going to lift this left leg up. Place the knee on top of your left shoulder. Left hand goes out to the side. It acts as a kickstand. And then the right hand flips around the outer part of the left toes. Where can you breathe at ease? Close the eyes. Soften into whichever variation of the shape you're in. Every pose has sweetness, sukha, and steadiness, 𝗔𝗁. Left leg, left ankle crosses over right. Take a moment, an easy seat, and this time we're going to draw the right ear over to the right side shoulder. Left shoulder hangs heavy. Tilt your chin diagonally down to the right side. Breathing into the back of the left side of the neck. Tilt your chin diagonally up, opening up the front of the throat. Left ear over to the left side shoulder, right shoulder hangs heavy. Tilt your chin diagonally down to the left side. Tilt your chin diagonally up. Bring your chin back to center. And we'll end with a breath technique. Before we bring it down to the earth, we'll take the right hand under the left armpit, left under right, crisscross at the wrist. If you need to sit up on a block or bolster, you can absolutely do that. And taking Padadhirasana. Keeping the eyes closed, notice if you can feel underneath your hands. If one side of your body, one side of your ribs, one side of your lungs is a little bit more open or a little bit more dominant. It's a great way to check in by doing 2 breath techniques, one to balance before you start asana, another at the end or closing, to see if you have been balanced in your practice or if anything's pulling you out. The beautiful thing about Padadhirasana is we can re-regulate the flow. So if one side is a little bit more dominant, if that left brain hemisphere has been kicking up from practice, we'll take the hand that's on top, plug it underneath the same armpit, place it on the bottom. Keep the eyes closed. And pressurizing a nerve within the 5th and 6th rib, between the 5th and 6th rib. That's going to release the opposite side mucous membrane, so you can bring your body, your mind, parasympathetic nervous system to a state of rest and digest. See if you can feel for when that shift happens and when both sides of the ribs, both sides of the lungs are equally balanced. Once you start to feel it balanced, float the tops of the hands, backs of the hands to the tops of the knees, index fingers and thumbs to touch. Soften the eyes. Soften the tongue in your mouth. You might even see in your mind's eye pure light, Jyoti. If you'd like to moisten the back of a finger by placing a drop of saliva, you can do that and place it right in between the brow center. Help stimulate Ajna chakra, the pineal gland, command center. And draw that awareness all the way into the midbrain. In this season, as we step more and more into light, feel that light now flooding from the midbrain, moving behind the eyes, down the jaw, into the neck, into the throat, into the shoulders, down the arms, into the heart, into the chest, down the back, into the belly, into the hips and pelvis. Feel that light charging your sacrum and flooding into your legs, into your knees, around the calves and shin bones, around the ankle bones, down the tops of the feet and under the bottoms of the feet. Just feel your whole self now, grounded and balanced in pure light. Sat. You can stay in a seated meditation if you'd like, or you can press the tongue to the roof of your mouth, slide it behind the upper teeth. Lightly rub your thumbs over each fingertip to bring your consciousness back. Stay subtle, stay tantric, stay in your practice. Half blink the eyes open so you can set yourself up for Shavasana. It's rest. If you'd like to bring yourself into Stonehenge, you'll take your blocks on the lowest level, taking your couch pillows, your bed pillows, or your bolster, whatever you have, and place it over your blocks. If you happen to have an eye pillow or something to cover your eyes, you can absolutely do that. You're going to let your ankles hang off and support the backs of your calves. And slowly roll yourself down. Give yourself permission to fully be at ease. Once you're in Shavasana, pick your head up and readjust. Pick your shoulders and place the space between the shoulder blades on your mat. You might even lift your pelvis and realign your buttocks to support your hip bones. Once you're there, let the balance of light flooding and covering your entire system come back to you. Nothing more to do. Feeling peace with your practice, peace with yourself, and peace with the very forces governing all life. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Stretch the arms up overhead and reach one side longer than the other. Stretch the other side out. And let your body guide you to roll to either side, whichever calls to you. Follow the wisdom of your body. Come to fetal position. Use whichever hand is on top to press down and guide yourself to a comfortable seat. Let your head arrive last. Press your palms to the heart. And feel this gesture that we've taken several times in class today. It helps to balance the energies that are within us. The right side, the left side. Ida, Pingala, Nadi. Feminine, masculine, sun, moon, up, down. And this gesture, you can take at any time to bring balance, whether you're on the mat or off. So place your thumbs in the center of your heart and bow your head as a symbol of surrendering the intellect of what we sometimes think we need to do to the wisdom of the heart that always knows how to balance. Thank you so much for joining. Hari Om Om Tat Sat. Namaste. Surya Mudra, right hand makes a fist, cover it with your left. Press it below your navel and feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. It's grounding you as you lean forward. And then come straight back up. Thank you so much for joining, everyone.